The fresco cracks cooperatively over time, not to give a secret away, but to gradually break off keeping it. In the sky, you make birds like this, one wing longer than the other, an asymmetrical V wedged against wind, one stroke longer than another. Never the bodies turn the same direction, each finding its own angle, and one, in the distance, a dot. These are the deadly birds of the soul Roque was forced to call terrifying. Migratory, weighing no more than a pencil, because every flying thing is passionate, and every flight a posture torn from stone. There was a time it was a theme parents would pay an artist to realize, the face of a beloved son, a Luca or Piero, painted onto the shoulders of Tobias, painted into the company of Raphael. You tell yourself in your quiet home, no harm will come to the boy as he goes out. A guardian, though, is not a guard. To keep safe is subtly different from confining. Radiance can strategically direct itself to seem like us, ready as it were, to walk. As a mirror goes through the appearance of requiring subsistence, goes through the motions of a meal whose food appears to be food. Radiance, we know, is never quite as warm as light. Who has not tasted the silver in sea mist? Whosever they are, angels are the first to surface there. You know a guardian by the silver of a river crossing, of a father's filmy eye, and gall, heart, and fire, and mostly smoke. In smoke and mostly mirror, as, wedged between forward and backward being, rehashing and planning ahead, presence will be specced again with being erased, a reusable writing surface, calling down to the life without rest, the self-propelled surveillances of sharks. I am now doing a CRD analysis of the poem Where Are the Days of Tobias. I think the speaker is talking about the illusion of everything being permanent juxtaposed by the impermanence of security and stability in life. There is contrast throughout the entire poem when the speaker discusses how one wishes to protect their children but can't guarantee it. The biblical story of Tobias is one where a boy named Tobias leaves home by himself and is confronted by a guardian angel who vows to protect him. I believe the speaker is coming from the perspective of a parent who has to accept that life for their child won't always be safe and fulfilling. Therefore, this poem goes beyond its literal meaning to say that there is no guarantee of shelter in our harsh world today, despite how hard we try to ensure that everything falls into place. One of the most profound images in the story is when the speaker talks about how art was used to act as a safeguard for children, but says the best that can be done is to trick themselves into believing this guarantees the security of their child. Towards the middle of the poem, there's a line that reads, "To keep safe is subtly different from confining." This line was powerful because it exemplifies how parents have to let go of their children so they can stand on their own, fail, get up again, and learn to be independent. While it's one of the most difficult things in life, it's necessary for them to learn for themselves. There's a subtle feeling of worry in the poem because the speaker's trying to hold on to their last bit of hope that the world is a perfectly safe place for their child. However, the end of the poem exudes a feeling of acceptance, yet disappointment, in having to let go of that sense of false hope. This symbolizes the cyclical nature of life and how there's no way of avoiding the danger and cruelty of reality. This poem relates to me because my parents have always talked about how we're growing up too fast and leaving them too soon. While it seems dramatic, this poem gives me a new insight to the perspective of my parents because they truly want the best and want to keep me safe from the negativity and danger of the world around me. All in all, I feel this poem is the perfect representation of a parent's love for their child.